Round of applause.
All right, here we go.
For Austin Griffith.
All right, get these settings out of the way. Okay, so Gamefi is kind of loaded. IDK if I'm the best person to talk about Gamefi, but I'm just going to talk about like games and my experience going through building games. So hi, I'm Austin Griffith. I work on like developer tooling, developer onboarding. If you know Web 2 developers or you are a Web 2 developer trying to get into Web 3, trying to get the mental model, I have this website called Speedrun Ethereum. It's a great place to get started and get the mental model. It's built around Scaffold ETH, which is a dApp building kind of factory. It helps you build a dApp quickly. If you're joining a hackathon, this is like a stack that comes out of the box and you'll have an app deployed within an hour. I started building tools and games in this space, and one of those tools is ETH.build, so if you're looking for the fundamentals, check that out. So I really love building tools. I love building tools that get other people to kind of scale up their own work. And I really love making games. I got into like early Facebook games, and then I discovered Ethereum and fell in love with smart contracts. And I built this game called Gamefi. And I want to kind of talk about it just a little bit here. So this is like a massive, so these are all like hand-painted graphics. Like I painted them on oil and then I took pictures of them. And each one of these ships is a different player, and they kind of buy in. This isn't going to work because I don't have, there's no like, I'm not even on the right network. So there's no timber at the harbor right now, so you can't mint another boat, and it's all out, and I don't have the minting keys for this, so this game's kind of bricked. But I just want to show the game and show kind of, if you watch here, these ships will move. Ooh, they might not actually. We need to have a block mined, and I need a network for that. Let's see if I can reload this. But what I want to talk about here is movement in the game. When you build a game on a blockchain, it's going to be public, it's going to be slow, it's going to be asynchronous. So you have to think about how you're going to craft your game to run on this new kind of a network. And one thing with Gamefi that I discovered is movement isn't going to be like, move left, move right, move left, right? Like you're not going to be making movement on chain with every move. You kind of have to be clever about it. And so with the ships, I set it up so there's a ship and you make a transaction to put the sails up on the ship. And then the ship basically sails with each new block that is mined. So you only have to make one transaction to kind of start the ship and then another transaction to drop anchor. And it was just like kind of like that clever like click like, oh yeah, that's how we'll do movement in this game. And you kind of have to think about things a little bit differently as you're building blockchain games. And dang, if this could load, I would show off those ships a little bit more. Also randomness, right? We made a Pogs game, and you throw down these Pogs and you win them randomly from people. And we built it on mainnet like back in 2019 or 2018, I think. And if you wanted to play this game now, it would cost like $1,000 per game, so it doesn't work at all, basically. And then it's kind of scaling up a little bit more. We're starting to build games around the Ethereum development process, or games for Ethereum developers. And that's kind of what I want to dive into more after we get some of these fundamentals out of the way. Okay, so movement, first of all. Movement is going to be hard. You're going to have to think of tricks about how you're going to move your assets within the game. How on-chain is it going to be? Are you going to use events? A lot of interesting things there. Randomness is another thing, right? You can use commit reveal, you can use the block hash, you can use VRF. It kind of depends on how good your random needs to be. And so that's just another topic as you're getting into game building that you're going to have to explore. So one thing that I did wrong, let me see if I can get this market to come up. Oh man, the internet is not fast enough for me to, darn it. Okay, so when I built this game, I went into the dark. I spent months on it by myself. I didn't show it off to anyone. And I spent way too much time making the thing and not enough time showing it off and getting people to use it. And I think this is a big lesson with your games if you're building a game. Build it and show it off and get people playing it right away, right? Get your dev loop tightened. Don't go in the dark and build something for months and then show it off and expect it to blow up, right? So let's get into... As you're building your games, man, I really wish I could pull up a marketplace. So I built a market in Gamefi, and you can get in there and you can trade assets. But now there's so much more composability in the space. You can spin up a little like Uniswap v2 and have these token assets being swapped back and forth. So what I want to zoom in on there is, instead of trying to build like a giant game that has like everything built in, look at the components of the game and find something that you can make that's super composable, like a loot system or a map generation system or something like that, where it's not actually like this giant game you're building, but you're just building one component, one composable component, and making it available and like easy for other people to implement into their games. That's the kind of thing that'll get more traction. Okay, so I think that's basically my spiel on building and getting started with games. The next thing I want to talk about, burner wallets. I didn't talk about burner wallets yet. So if you've played, let's see, where's a good game to do this on? Here we go. So if you're about to make a move in a game, let's go find the game that we have deployed on Rinkeby, see if it's loaded. Please work, internet. I'm like tethered through my phone. Come on, load it. Come on. Okay, so a burner wallet is, you have a wallet in local storage. And that allows you as the developer to not have to worry about chain ID and nonce and a lot of other like security issues. Am I using my mainnet wallet to deploy and play around on test nets? You want to be careful with that, right? So with burner wallets, basically you create a wallet for the user right in the browser, and then they can just click, 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 and kind of like make those transactions happen in the background. And it's a great experience for the developer. Let me see if I brought Nifty Inc. up in one of these. I didn't. Nifty Inc. is a good example. Oh man, what am I doing? It's gonna try to load this. Nifty.inc is a good example of burner wallets being used in production. If you take a tablet and you open it up and you go to Nifty.inc, you're gonna get a key pair generated for you on page load, and you as the artist, you can draw something and mint it on chain using a meta transaction, and you don't know anything about gas, you don't know anything about wallets, you're just an artist making something cool. You post that up to the gallery, you can even put it on sale, and then someone can buy that NFT from you, and then you earn some money. So you as the artist didn't know anything about crypto, you got in and you made something cool, and then if people like it, you start to earn crypto. And it kind of flips the onboarding on its head. Instead of, you'd like to play this game, first you need to learn how to protect a 12-word seed phrase and how to use a wallet and all of that stuff. Instead of doing that, it says, go use the app, provide value to the ecosystem, and if the ecosystem likes what you're drawing, you will gain value, and by gaining that value before learning about the 12-word seed phrase, it flips that whole learning process, and it turns it into, I now have value, how do I protect it? And that's when you can teach someone about a 12-word seed phrase, and they're going to be way more likely to want to learn about it if they have money they need to protect, rather than just to come play this, you have to go through this awful onboarding. So that's Nifty Inc., and that's how burner wallets are used. And I have to mention Dark Forest, one of the coolest games right now on chain. And they use burner wallets. If you've played Dark Forest before, I think you maybe start and you make one transaction, and then they're like, okay, are you ready to like automate this thing? And you say yes, and then it goes away, and then you have a burner wallet that's more like a session wallet that's signing transactions and then posting those on chain, and it's like on a side chain, it's on Gnosis chain right now. And that's another thing that we're like leaning into here, is that L222 is happening, right? And that's where games are really going to explode. Even where we find like optimizations on top of those L2s, it's still a bit expensive, right? If every game move still costs me a couple dollars, that's still going to be hard to swallow. Oh man, I'm going to run out of power before I get through this talk. If we could just get internet, would be great. Okay, so we're building games on top of L2, and the natural extension of that for me as a developer relations, like developer onboarder, is let's build games for smart contract developers. And that's what, here in Amsterdam, we're gonna do a game tomorrow evening. I'm working with the Chainlink crew with Andre, and the game is basically built for smart contract developers. So we will deploy a smart contract. Here we go. We will deploy a smart contract that has a game map, and you as the player will have to deploy another contract that talks to our contract. And we have it built into the contract where we're checking, check this out, let me find the register function. We are checking that tx origin does not equal message.sender. So that one line helps us prove that you have a middleware contract. We're not allowing you to interact with the contract directly. We're saying you have to deploy your own contract that talks to our contract. Then we're going to set up a little game map. There's going to be some gold and some health that we're going to drop. You're going to move around. We don't know exactly. We're kind of building the game as we go, but this is the game board. So what I wanted to do with the time we have is build a quick interface and see if we could all get on here and play it. But I have no idea if the internet is going to let us do it. But let's try. So a scaffold ETH. This is a scaffold ETH branch here. You have this interface with your contracts, and when you deploy your contract, let's see. Let me go try to deploy it. So as you make changes to your contract, your front end is going to adapt to those changes. So I've added in, let's just actually start with the stock contract, and let me show that off first. Okay, and let me yarn deploy. Let's just go to localhost. Okay, so I'm deploying a contract just to my local chain, and then I'm going to set my app to be pointed at localhost just for a second. And I just want to show this dev loop that happens with Scaffold ETH. So you deploy your contract, and then your front end will auto-adapt to it. There we go. Okay, so let's look at our contract real quick. We've got string purpose. Let me make sure I save this somewhere. Okay, I've got it over there. Okay. So we've got what do we have? We have some string purpose, some arbitrary string we're saving, and then we have some function to set that string, right? And this could be anything else. Let me just make a uint. Just to show this off, uint 256 public counter, right? A classic first smart contract. Let's make a function called increment, and we'll make it public, and it'll counter ++, right? So in this case, let's just pretend we're like a new developer. We're figuring stuff out. We're testing our assumptions. We're trying things out. We're going to get in this dev loop where I'm just making small changes in Solidity. I'm hitting deploy, and then my front end, if we have network, is auto-adjusting. There we go. So now we have this counter, and I can increment my counter. Oop, we're gonna need money from the faucet, okay? So we just charged up our burner wallet, and now we can increment our counter. Let me lean into that burner wallet thing real quick. If I go to localhost 3001, I get the same app, but you'll notice I've kind of got blue guy, right? I've got green guy up here and I've got blue guy up here. They're kind of two different characters, and it's just two different browser sessions, right? It's a session wallet. So, and I can go to debug contracts and I can increment that from there too. So this helps you to sort of when you set up your require statements for only owner, maybe this guy will be owner, but then this guy would be the attacker, and you would make sure that blue guy couldn't get in and set things, but green guy could. So it helps you kind of test your contracts, test your assumptions, poke at your contracts, and kind of get a feel for it. Okay, so I'm going to trash that contract. I'm going to go back to one that I've prepared that is talking to the game contract and just give a little preview of what the game's going to look like. And we've already deployed the game contract to Rinkeby. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy this to Rinkeby. Wait. Let's yarn compile. Let's at least make sure it compiles. 22% battery. Let's see how we do. Okay, please compile. Please compile. So what I'm hoping to do is write a smart contract that interfaces with the game contract, and then along with that, deploy a front end. And that's kind of the magic of Scaffold ETH is you get a back end, you get your smart contract, but you also get a front end kind of built in with it. And there we go, it did compile. Okay, let's deploy, let's ship this thing to Rinkeby. Please work. I've already yarn generated. If you've used Scaffold ETH, you do a yarn generate and it puts a mnemonic in the directory, and then I funded it already while we were sitting up there just because the internet's pretty slow. Come on, deploy. Okay, so hopefully that deploys. And then, oh man, come on, internet. Come on, you can do it. Were the previous talks tethered, or how did they do internet? Like Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi working? I tried it and it didn't like it. Let me try the Wi-Fi again. Let's try the Wi-Fi just in case. Yeah. Okay, so it would be this one right here, right? Maybe it just didn't like us up there. We were hanging out up there and it wasn't working. Oh, you tried to connect? Yeah. Oh man, if I run out of power, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah. Did the internet connect? No. Okay, let me tether up again and deploy this thing. Sorry, y'all. We're good. It'll go. And then also, let me get this dog going. Is this us? That's us. Okay. If it'll work. Man, if we could just get some power, look at us, really by the seat of our pants here. Okay, I've got power. Let's try to deploy this contract to Rinkeby again. Please work. Tethered to my phone, deploying a contract to Rinkeby on stage at Amsterdam. What could go wrong? Okay, so let's see, what are gonna be our next steps? Okay, so let's look at this contract that we're deploying here. So it has an interface to the game has this register function. So your middleware contract, you need to hit your middleware contract and then it will call register on the smart contract, and the smart contract will look at the tx.origin and the message sender pair, and it'll know, okay, it's your account talking to your middleware. We're gonna register your tx.origin as kind of your account, and then like you'll move around in the world as that person. So then you'll be able to issue move commands and tell it, north, south, east, west, basically. And you'll move around in the world. And the mechanic that we came up with for this is we'll just drop gold and health throughout the world, and you'll have to move over to them and collect them. But there's a lot of like little secrets and tricks that you'll come up with as you're writing this. And I think it's gonna be like a 2 to 3 hour session tomorrow evening. So you'll have lots of time to like code up that middleware contract. And I don't want to give away too much here because I don't want you to like show up with the answer. I'd rather you show up and hack on it and figure it out. Do we know where? It's probably full. Oh, it's probably full, okay. And I'll be doing a similar game at the DEF CON thing with the Dark Forest guys. Oh, what was it? Network timed out. Okay. So you're saying go forget the, yeah.
Try forgetting the network. Go to network preferences.
Okay. And forget the Devconnect?
Yeah, so advanced.
Okay.
And then, oh no, cancel. Sorry. And then, how do you forget the Dev? Click on that. And then, where's the admin? It's not. Oh yeah, here. Minus. It working? To deploy.
No. And then reconnect, okay.
It's gonna work. Let's see.
Work. It's trying.
Oh man.
It's all good. I can tether through. Like the tethers. Yeah, let's try that one. Yeah. Western gas free Wi-Fi. I probably have to like say that I'm like a guest at some hotel or something, right? Let's check. Yeah, no, it just worked. Oh, whoa. Let's see, yarn deploy Rinkeby, let's go. LFG, GM, LFG. Oh, it went, heck yeah. Okay, so now we've got a contract out on Rinkeby. So you'll make one other change to your app. You'll need to tell your front end that we're not talking to localhost anymore, we're talking to Rinkeby. Whoa, all caps, when you spell man name. Here we go, Rinkeby. Okay, now our app automatically switches over to Rinkeby. Our contract is deployed. It looks like it might be working. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back over to the game board. Now we kind of have, this is our player over here, and this is the game board over here. And while that's working, I want to do a yarn build just to get out ahead of that. Okay, so here is the game board. Now, what happens when I call? Now I've got a burner wallet over here, so you'll notice that I'm just going to hit register, and no pop-ups, none of that. I just clicked it. This works really good on localhost. It's a little bit dangerous like on a public network like Rinkeby, where I'm just like, I just clicked a button and it worked, but I'm gonna show why that's important. Okay, so there's our little character down here, right? And if we wanted to, we could make another one here. I'm gonna go ahead and register as AustinGriffith.eth also. So I'm gonna make a transaction through my MetaMask directly to the contract, which I think it's allowing right now. It's not forcing the middleware contract. And I'm going to just show the difference between using a burner wallet and not using a burner wallet here. Okay, so there we go. I should have another character. There we go. So there's me. And if I want to move, let's see, can I even like drop some prizes? Yeah, let's make it rain some prizes. All right. Put some gold and some health in the world. And we just randomly came up with this game like 2 days ago. So like, yeah, we'll probably iterate on this. There we go. Oh, look at this. So there's some gold just south of me. So if I hit the down button, it will make a transaction, and I should move down one. And hopefully could collect some gold here. Let's see. Man, Rinkeby, 15-second block time, so slow. Oh, yeah, all right, so now we're on the gold. Yeah, let's collect it, Okay, so you notice each time I want to make any action, I'm getting this pop-up, it's having me confirm, we're like waiting for the block to mine. Very, very clunky game process. Let's do the same thing, but as this character right here. I'm gonna try to go get that gold like pretty quickly. Let's see, what do I need? I need this right here. So what do we wanna do? We wanna go up one and then to the right a bunch, right? I'm just gonna hit up, right. Look at all those transactions getting fired. That's what's nice. Oh, already known, not already known. There we go. I'm just making a whole bunch of transactions, and it should, in a single block, there we go. So we made like a huge amount of movement there, how that guy moved there. And that's kind of the nice thing about having burner wallets or session wallets, where you have transactions getting signed kind of quicker without all the prompts. Your main wallet would fund your burner wallet, and then your burner wallet would make a lot of fast transactions. Look at that, I got all the way to the gold. Now to get that gold, I'm gonna have to, oh no, our contract, oh yeah, no, collect tokens. It's that dude right there, right? Let's see if this works. So you, as the contract developer, will be building this, but instead of just clicking the buttons, like hopefully you'll automate your contract. And we're gonna make it so as you move, there's some attrition that happens based on the block hash. So there's ways that you can watch the block hash and only make moves when it's more efficient. There we go, so we collected gold. So this will be the game. It's cool when I'm just clicking around, but it's gonna be a lot harder and more interesting when you're not allowed to do what I'm doing here, where I can just click around and play the game. You'll actually have to like get in and code up your contract. And so like maybe one thing that we could do is we could write multiple steps into the contract, right? And I don't wanna totally show, let's see. What's a good way to go? Oh, here we go. This is what we're gonna do. It's about getting you guys to play, okay? So I'm gonna do a yarn surge domain playdemo.surge. I'm gonna grab that, and I'll jump over to, get your laptops ready, get your phones ready. We're gonna play this. I'm gonna go to ETH build real quick and get a QR code for y'all. All right, it's text. If you haven't used ETHBuild, it's great for showing off things like key pairs and hashes and mnemonics. You can even use it to build blockchain dashboards. I need a QR display. HTTPS. Boop. All right. So if I do everything right, you should be able to hit this QR code, and it should give you the app. And you'll connect your wallet, and you'll use Rinkeby to register. And technically, you should show up. Let me make sure this works. See if I get a play demo. You could even do it on your phone if you have a mobile wallet, or you could use the burner wallet and send some Rinkeby into your mobile wallet. But if you go to, what's that? Oh, it's because it's not deployed yet. Here, yeah. Here we go. We're still invalid API key. Oh, no, not that. This right here. It's going. 41% uploaded. Oh, boy. Oh. Come on, Water Gas. What is it? Westergas? Let's go Westergas, free Wi-Fi. Okay, so I have to upload the site before that will work. Okay, let's see, other cool things. Okay, so we're talking about Gamefi, right? As we get into composability and games and like, I'm imagining what DeFi summer was like when all of those like DeFi platforms and liquidity and Pool 2 and all those cool things kind of happened within a few months. My assumption is that's going to happen as L2s, heat up and get more usage. I think we're going to see that with games. We're going to see, I don't really like the whole like play to earn or whatever. I'm not a big fan of that. But I think there's going to be markets and there's going to be kind of money at the protocol level for a whole bunch of games. And it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. The composability layer of NFTs, the fact that anyone can just deploy a DEX, like there's going to be so many really fun things that come out of being able to deploy quick and fast on L2s with the same security concerns. 67%. Will it get here before my 5 minutes are out? Let's find out. 69%. Nice. Here we go. So yeah, eventually that's going to come up, and then you will get this page when you land, okay? You'll get this, and it'll look like this. So you'll go over here, and you'll either send Rinkeby to this address and use a burner wallet to register and move up and down, or you can connect in your, here, let's connect in my wallet. Oh man, what am I doing? Don't use the internet right now. Don't move, don't touch anything. But you can connect your MetaMask there and put it on Rinkeby and make moves with that also. But the goal would be if we could get some more folks to show up on this map before my talk is over. And we're at 87%. 88%. Any questions? I could answer any questions about games or blockchain games or anything while we're letting for this load? Or burner wallets or scaffold ETH? Dark Forest. Have you played Dark Forest yet? Do you like it? Awesome, heck yeah. Okay, our app just deployed. Okay, let's go back to the QR code now. Now let's see if you go to play demo. Oh man, here we go. Let's see if this opens now. Playdemo.surge.sh, and you connect your Rinkeby wallet. Can I keep this QR code up and jump over to the map? Oh man, sorry y'all. Because I want to be able to see the map too and see if anybody gets into the game. There we go. So we got two things here. If you can scan in that QR code, what do I have, 1 minute left? Where are we at? 5? Well, let's see. Let's see if we can get anybody in on this game. My internet's not loading, but, oh look, so there's already one person in there. Who did it? Yeah, my man, good work. Let's see, where are you at? You need to move south a whole bunch to get some, here, let me drop some more gold and stuff in here. Let me get something close. Oh, actually, the front end doesn't have collect gold or collect tokens. You would have to do it from the debug, but you could. You would go to the debug contracts tab and call it. But this game will be played tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a lot of other games like this. So I'm at Austin Griffith on Twitter. If you follow me, I'll just be posting like crazy whenever we do one of these games. But it's for smart contract developers. So if you're already a smart contract developer, hit me up and pay attention, because we'll be doing a bunch of games, and it's just a good reason to kind of get together and build some cool stuff and try some new things. And if you're not a smart contract developer, but you are a developer, or you know developers, if you're a Web 2 developer, don't forget to speed run Ethereum. That will help you get your skills. We got 4 players in the game now. Good job, good job. All right, so players are in the game. You should be able to move around a little bit. Let's see, if I go to the right one, I think I can collect some gold here. That's basically what I wanted to show off. This game will be, hopefully a lot bigger and more complex. Tomorrow, when we get a bunch of coders in playing around with it, we'll probably be live hacking the game contract also. So there we go. We got movement going on. We got 5 players in here. It's working. It's working. So how'd you Wallet Connect in? Did you use Wallet Connect or MetaMask mobile? On Rinkeby? Oh, he's got his laptop down there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was like, wow, MetaMask mobile. That worked for you. That's pretty neat. All right. I think that's all. I think we got 5 players on the screen. I'm gonna take a screenshot. This is a victory lap. Oh yeah, good work. All right, cool. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. Thank you for having me. Speedrun Ethereum. Watch for these games. We're gonna be playing a lot of games for smart contract developers. And Speedrun Ethereum. Thank you.